Once upon a time, in the heart of the Ottoman city of Edirne, where the nascent Ottoman Empire was consolidating its foundations and dreaming of great glory, in the mid-15th century AD, a boy was born named Mehmed ibn Murad II. Mehmed grew up in a royal family. His father was Sultan Murad II, which provided him with a fertile environment for the growth of his passion for military leadership and administration, and for learning the secrets of governance from an early age. From his childhood, Mehmed was not like his peers. While other children played, he spent long hours learning the arts of combat, horsemanship, and military planning. In addition to studying religious sciences, language, literature, history, astronomy, and engineering, his keen eyes caught the finest details in politics, and his young mind sought to understand the secrets of leadership and influence. He possessed sharp intelligence, shrewdness, rare courage, and an unyielding ambition which made him beloved by his teachers and heralded a great future. Mehmed believed that justice was the foundation of kingship, and that power and knowledge were the pillars of the state, and that a true leader possessed military insight and the ability to turn the tide of battle, in addition to the ability to fulfill prophecies. Therefore, he decided that his life would be a journey in the arts of governance, combining military leadership with wise administration, and patronizing science and scholars. In the prime of his youth, the pivotal moment in Mehmed's life arrived. At the age of 12, he briefly ascended the throne after his father's abdication. Then his father returned to power, and Mehmed once again became crown prince. This early experience in governance, followed by a return to study, shaped his character and strengthened his resolve. He realized that governance was a great responsibility, and that he had to prepare himself well for it. However, fate had a greater mission in store for Mehmed. In 855 after the death of his father, Mehmed ascended the throne for the second time, at merely 21 years old. This moment was a crucial turning point in the history of the Ottoman Empire and the world. Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, stood majestically as a thorn in the side of the Ottoman state, and was considered an impregnable fortress that had not been conquered for thousands of years. But Mehmed the Conqueror carried in his heart the prophecy of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him: Constantinople will surely be conquered. What a wonderful commander will its commander be, and what a wonderful army will that army be. This prophecy ignited his spirit and fueled his ambition. Personal qualities of Mehmed the Conqueror: intelligence and shrewdness. He was a military and political genius, capable of understanding complex matters and formulating strategic plans. Determination and perseverance: he never despaired of achieving his goal. Even in the most difficult circumstances, courage and daring. He was a brave military leader, participating in battles himself and inspiring his soldiers. Love of knowledge and scholars. He revered scholars and brought them close, encouraging research and translation, and he spoke several languages. Piety and devotion. He was known for his piety, his diligence in performing religious duties, and he would pray, fast, and frequently remember God. Love of construction. He loved building and developing cities, and ordered the construction of many mosques, schools, and hospitals. His military and political thought. Mehmed the Conqueror possessed a unique strategic military and political thought. He realized that military power alone was not enough to achieve victories. Precise planning, the use of modern technology, and psychological warfare were also essential. At the same time, he understood that governance was not limited to military control but also included wise administration, economic development, and the patronage of science and culture. He believed that a strong state was one that combined military might with economic prosperity and scientific advancement. Key milestones in his life and reign. Preparation for the conquest of Constantinople. Mehmed the Conqueror began his preparations for the conquest of Constantinople immediately upon ascending the throne. He ordered the construction of the Rumeli Hisari fortress on the European side of the Bosphorus Strait, to complement the Anadolu Izari fortress on the Asian side, which gave him complete control over the strait. Manufacturing giant cannons. He ordered the manufacture of giant cannons unprecedented in history, known as the Mohammedan cannons, which were capable of breaching the impregnable walls of Constantinople, dragging ships over land. This was the brilliant military genius that astonished the world. After the Ottoman fleet failed to break through the chains that blocked the entrance to the Golden Horn, the bay overlooking Constantinople, Mehmed the Conqueror ordered the Ottoman ships to be dragged over land, across the hills, into the Golden Horn, thus bypassing the Byzantine defenses. This move was a devastating blow to the Byzantines' morale. Conquest of Constantinople 857 1453 AD. After a siege that lasted 53 days and fierce battles, Mehmed the Conqueror and his armies succeeded in conquering Constantinople. It was a historic moment that changed the face of the world. Mehmed the Conqueror entered the city as a victor, ordered the conversion of the Hagia Sophia Church into a mosque, and established justice within it. Constantinople, Istanbul, became the capital of the Ottoman Empire, and a beacon of science and civilization. Development of the Ottoman Empire. After the conquest, Mehmed the Conqueror did not stop there. He continued his expansion in the Balkans and Anatolia, consolidated the pillars of the Ottoman state, and transformed it into a global empire. He focused on construction, building mosques, schools, hospitals, and bridges. He encouraged trade and industry, organized administration, and enacted laws, patronage of science and scholars. His court was a magnet for scholars from various disciplines, and he encouraged translation and scientific research. He amassed a huge library and spoke several languages: Arabic, Persian, Greek, Latin, Turkish. Key military and administrative tactics. Long-term strategic planning. He meticulously planned his conquests, preparing for them in every detail. Use of technology. He was a pioneer in the use of giant cannons and military engineering. Psychological warfare. He used clever tactics to confuse the enemy and break their morale. Direct leadership. He participated in battles himself, inspiring his soldiers' flexibility and adaptability. He was able to quickly change his plans according to the developments of the battle. Justice in administration. He was known for his keenness to apply justice in the conquered lands and to provide security and prosperity for their inhabitants. Human side and famous sayings. Mehmed the Conqueror, despite his greatness, was a human being in every sense of the word. He loved poetry, music, and art. He was known for his humility and his eagerness to listen to the advice of scholars. It is said that he would pray, fast, and frequently remember God, and he loved solitude and contemplation. These aspects show his piety and the depth of his soul. Among his famous sayings, either the first conquer Constantinople, or Constantinople conquers me. This shows his determination and resolve. Conquest is nothing but God opening the hearts of his servants. This shows his spiritual vision of conquest. By God, I will either make Constantinople the capital of my kingdom, or I will make my grave there. This shows his determination to fulfill the prophecy. Justice is the foundation of kingship. This shows his vision for governance. Mehmed, the Conqueror, lived a life full of glory, contribution, and state building. He ruled the Ottoman Empire for over 30 years, transforming it from a regional state into a great global empire. He was an example of a leader who combined power, justice, and knowledge, and left a legacy of civilization and progress that is still remembered today. Mehmed, the Conqueror, died in 886 AHI 1481 AD, while on his way to lead a new military campaign. The Conqueror departed in body, but his leadership, spirit, and his imprint on the history of Islam and the world remained alive, inspiring generations. His story is the story of a human being who transformed from a young prince into a great conqueror, who fulfilled a prophecy, the story of a leader who was never defeated in a decisive battle, and who left a legacy of civilization and progress that is still remembered today. The story of Mehmed the Conqueror teaches us that sincere faith can transform a person and enable them to achieve the impossible, and that determination and perseverance are the keys to achieving victory even in the most difficult circumstances. It reminds us that true leadership lies not in age, but in insight and the ability to inspire people and achieve great goals. Mehmed the Conqueror was a model of the brilliant military and political leader who combined courage and shrewdness, and left an indelible mark on the history of human civilization. Let generations be inspired by the story of this great commander, and let them follow his courage and sincerity, and let them know that true victory is the victory of the spirit over despair, and that knowledge is the light that illuminates the paths of darkness and reveals the secrets of leadership and prosperity.